a beautiful morning, and I'm in this beautiful flaming gorge scenic byway in southern Wyoming. I guess there's some juniper trees. This is like a desert. So I just maybe I won't do a meditation. Maybe I'll just kind of talk about I guess some there's a shoe and a meditation rock. Maybe I'll just kind of talk about there's something going on. there must be something going on with the stars, the astrology, because some things are like happening to me. I blew a tire last night and it was all good, and I like, dude, like things that most people would think would be negative, like a lot of times I enjoyed that experience. And like I was in the middle of nowhere and I could have freaked out because I had no reception, and like there was hardly any cars, but someone stopped and helped me. And I was actually kind of thinking, because some people weren't stopping, but then I'm thinking like, dude, I'm not in trouble. There's so many people like passing by, like someone's gonna be able to help me, I'll be fine. I don't have to worry about it. you know you can always reach out for help. If you're stranded way out in the middle somewhere out there, like you might not be able to get help. Sometimes you're on your own, you have to help yourself. But when you just really look what's grounded and practical in the here and now, like things aren't always so scary. So then after all that, I got my tire fixed for free. I had to call a mechanic and he fixed it for free because my car wouldn't go through. And he's like, "Oh, you can just have it for free." And dude, it took him like an hour and a half to get there. It's like it was that far from any town. And so I ended up giving him some crystals, a big piece of amethyst, and he was so happy for it. So I'm glad that I gave it to him, even though like I was sad to like let go of that crystal. Like, I feel like those crystals were not worth as much as what I owed him. But anyways, yeah. Then I'm driving down the road and I see a car in the ditch, and I'm like, oh, well, someone's just sleeping, And then I go a little farther and there's this lady or girl on the side of the road, like screaming, right? Screaming and like, help. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. And I stopped and was backing up, and I'm like, well, this is exactly what someone did to me, except I wasn't like distraught like her. And like she's coming up to me like screaming, like kind of like bloody murder, like help. And then these two other cars come up, and one of the cars like comes up and almost hits my door that was open. I was like, almost pinned me. I was like putting my hands in the air. I'm like, whoa, like what's going on? I'm just trying to help. And like they were trying to get her in the car because she's drunk and distraught and on the side of the highway where there's other cars driving, and they didn't want her to get hit, and she was like freaking out. I don't know what was going on. And so like they asked me to help, and one lady asked me to call dispatch, but then I think she ended up calling. I don't know, like because she was crazy, going nuts for whatever reason, like in like compassion, right? Wow, I'm feeling like maybe we should do a meditation. But to finish the story and to finish the expression, sharing our stories and our feelings of our story helps benefit other people that may be going through something similar or might in the future, right? So I ended up following her and helping him get her in the car, and finally got her in the car. and drove off. And I'm like, I better not see a car in the ditch, because she ended up being the one driving, because that was the only way that they could get her in the car. And like, and he was also drinking a beer, and he didn't seem like intoxicated, you know, uh, but he was drinking a beer, and I'm just like, dude, like, all right, to each their own. And like in his vehicle, you know, like, I guess you're not supposed to do that. And then I'm driving, I'm going through the town, I see all these cop lights, and they're on the side of the road talking to her. There's like 5 or 6 or more cop cars, and I'm just like, and they're talking with him, and it's just like craziness, you know. And so then I went to the gas station to find a spot to park for the night, and got free 3 slices of pizza. So, you know, life is like giving me blessings, even though some things were overwhelming for me. Like this girl running at me screaming bloody murder, help me, was like, I'm like, I was kind of shaking, and like I was anxious. Who wouldn't be? I'm like, whoa, this is overwhelming. Oh my God, what's going on, you know? So if anyone's going through that, you're not alone. And if we just surrender, embrace, and allow things to flow through us, like, and feel our feelings, and taking the time to meditate in silence and process our thoughts and emotions is so needed in this time. To slow down is so important. And so maybe that's kind of the message of the day again, is to keep slowing down and processing, you know, and taking in, because it seems like we're almost taking in more, but things are almost accelerating. Like for me, I'm going through so many experiences, seems like so fast, that are helping me grow. I got to take the time to meditate. So I guess the other thing that I wanted to mention before we do a quick meditation is I had this boss that was abusive, and it was pretty appalling the way he was treating me and other people. And he's very much showing the signs of a sociopath or a narcissist, and trying and manipulating other people to believe that I'm the perpetrator. And I shared this amongst the community board where I live, because he's trying to run a business and wants to, it's like he wants to take control of all the healers, or it seems like he likes control and power, and I just don't think that it's right that an abusive person should be hiring all these healers or musicians that he could potentially abuse them like he abused me. Like, that doesn't seem right. And I felt like it was important for the community board to know that, you know, so that no one else gets abused and hurt, because it was like messed up. It was FUBAR, you know. And so now I'm just like getting backlash for that, and it's just like, you know, it's okay to reach out. And it's like, when I did, I felt like maybe I was doing something wrong, that it wasn't right, but it was so totally right. And it's really hard when an abusive person tries to convince you and other people that you're in the wrong. It just, like, I think this is something that's been happening to me my whole life, is people say things like this, and it's like affects me badly. It affects my self-esteem. Like, his abuse of me was totally affecting my self-esteem. And I could see him doing that to other healers, that you know, and that negatively affecting the world of someone that has something of value, right? Sure, he wanted me to be a part of his business. He wanted to control me, because it made his image look good. Like, I got this person that can do this, throat singing. Like, maybe that's what was going on. I don't know. All right. 10 minutes of, sometimes you got to debate, you know, and express yourself in so this seems so beautiful right here. Um, I don't know what we should do. Let's not try to visualize. Let's not try to open up and feel energy. Let's just be human, be in the five senses, and feel in the moment, and carry that with us throughout the day. So that, because with all this weirdness, with some people are getting like Kundalini activations and spiritual, like visions or whatever, or inner stuff's coming out and it's bizarre or confusing. We need to just be with what's practical, the here and now. Right now, there's this blue sky, these beautiful juniper trees, these beautiful sandstone rocks, this canyon. I'm a human being with feelings, with fears, with passion, and I intend the very best for myself and others, no matter what they've done. And I protect my community, I protect my own energy, I create the boundaries, I don't let self-absorbed people walk all over me. And everyone deserves more love, not less, but that doesn't mean that I should be abused. So go today in peace and wealth of simplicity and clarity. Thank you. Peace.